when you're ready to have sex?
I don't think there's anything written in the stars. There's no age, there's no specific number you have to be. I don't think anyone else should tell you what age you should be able to lose your virginity.
How did you know though?
I mean, I kind of felt ready. I had this feeling of, yeah, I would quite like to have sex now.
How old were you?
So I was ready way earlier than I actually did lose my virginity. I mean, my parents were like, just lose it when you feel ready, which was amazing.
That's so good that they were talking to you about it.
Yeah.
My parents never spoke to me about sex.
It made me feel more confident and less ashamed of when I lost it. Because all of my friends were trying to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
And what about you? How old were you?
I was quite young when I really felt like I wanted to have sex.
Yes.
I masturbated from a really young age, I think.
Yes.
And I was always kind of fantasizing about it. I loved chatting to boys, fantasizing about boys. Weirdly, my friends were really open about their sexual experiences with me.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it was great, but it did make me feel a little bit left out that I wasn't having sex yet. So I ended up lying to them. I ended up pretending that I was having sex as well.
But that's not your fault. You felt pressured to lie.
I know.
It was like cool at the time. Everyone's losing their virginity, having sex. You don't want to be the one that's left out.
Yeah, I know.
But then again, it's equally as difficult if you're in a group of friends and they're all trying to keep their virginity and you're the only one that's had sex yet.
Yeah.
You can feel like a real outsider.
There's so much fear around your first time because we all get told about it being painful, there'd be bleeding.
Yeah, I mean, it's not supposed to be painful and it's rare that you bleed. The only pain that comes from is if you're too dry down there, and that comes from nerves anyway.
Yeah, and people don't know that if they use lube for their first time, it's going to be so much more comfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't make you any less turned on or less of a woman.
Oh my God.
Use lube.
It would make it so much better. I wish I used lube.
And doing it with the person, you don't have to do it with somebody that you're in love with as well. I feel like there's so much pressure around, you have to be in love with your partner to lose your virginity. That's not true. It's not true. You can lose your virginity with anyone as long as you feel comfortable at the time.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing really, is that you feel comfortable and you need to feel 100% ready. Never feel like someone's going to pressure you into it.
Yeah.
Like always feel like you can say no if you're not ready.
Absolutely.
So when you lost your virginity, what happened?
Well, it was with a partner, and I do feel like I really wanted it. Like now, I didn't want to wait for it, and I felt like there was a lot of pressure around losing it and sexual tension that kind of made things really awkward. So when it happened, of course, naturally, we're both quite awkward about it, but we know we need to do it to kind of get it out the way with. And I actually loved my first time. It's a really positive memory for me. It was the time where I took control and I got on top and I enjoyed myself. I didn't necessarily feel pleasure because I was, worried.
You got on top on your first time.
I got on top.
You're a pro.
Oh, I wouldn't say pro. What about you? What did you get up to?
Well, to start off, mine was definitely missionary. And it didn't happen the first time we planned it. We planned it kind of like a month before it actually happened. And we were starting to kind of get into the mood. And for the first time we tried, my boyfriend at the time was like, actually, I'm not quite ready. Like, I feel a bit scared.
Oh, at least he managed to feel comfortable enough to say that, though.
Yeah, so he couldn't get hard. And that is totally normal.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Because it can build up all those nerves. And there's not really much you can do about that because it's a first time experience. It's always going to be scary.
Yeah, we do make it into such a big deal. Everything points to losing your virginity and having sex.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had it before, you've got no idea what it's like.
Yeah.
What about, did you have an orgasm the first time you lost your virginity?
No.
No?
Definitely not.
No, neither
I
did
don't
I.
think I think I was like, cool, this is amazing, this is great. Like, I'm not sure I was really experiencing that much pleasure. I was just so excited that it was actually happening.
Yeah, done deal. It's
Yeah.
hard to experience pleasure the first time you have sex. I think it's actually quite rare.
Yeah,
We've
'cause
only...
you're in your head.
Yeah, we only know a small handful of people that have been able to actually have an orgasm from
Yeah.
their first time. I think that's almost like, that's a miracle if it happens.
I'm shocked. I'd be shocked. Also, I wanted to say, like, on the same day that I lost my virginity, we ended up having shower sex afterwards.
Oh, I swear when you're young, you just end up wanting to do everything all at once. It's like you get over that first hurdle and you're like, let's try every position and do it everywhere.
And also, you always see sex scenes in the shower, in the bath, in movies, and then TV. So you're like, oh, that's like a really sexy place to do it. Let's try it there.
Always copying porn as well, because you think that's the right way to have sex.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cool, let's do this crazy position that no one does and it's uncomfortable.
There are ways to have good shower sex, but it's definitely more complicated than people make it out to be.
Absolutely.